Hello, 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 hello. My name is Claire. Welcome to my channel, Cool Claire ASMR. So, for today's video, I will be hosting a little ASMR art class for you. This is inspired by the holiday parties that we had in elementary school where we would make a themed craft. So, in the spirit of Halloween coming up very, very soon, I have chosen a Halloween-themed craft to show you today. The craft I have in mind is a Q-tip skeleton. So, before we get started, let's go over what supplies we are going to need. First up, of course, is Q-tips. Q-T-I-P-S, Q-tips, also known as cotton swabs. So, for this craft, we will need 21 Q-tips. And the Q-tips will be the bones of our skeleton. 20. Okay, next up, you will need 2 pieces of construction paper, one for the background and one white piece for the skull of the skeleton. The background can be any color you want, but I have chosen black. I believe this is a good choice because of the contrast between the white and the black. But again, you can choose any color you want. Alright. You will also need a pair of scissors, a glue stick, and a Sharpie. Alrighty, that is everything we are going to need for this craft. Let's get started. Alright, let's get into the craft itself. So my audio for the original clip got deleted, so I am going to do a voiceover for you guys. So if I'm making sounds and they don't quite line up with what's going on in the video, that's why. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to go ahead and draw the skull of our skeleton. And the best way I have to suggest that you do this is to draw a little half circle and then like a little square, like you're drawing a piece of toast almost. And then I'm going to give my skeleton a big cartoonish smile. And then for the nose, draw a little upside down heart. And then you can draw 2 circles for the eyes and color those in as well. And then I went ahead and gave my skeleton a big old smile with teeth. 1, 2, 3. And I thought that he looked a little too wide, so I am contouring the jaw some more. And then I just went ahead and added some little like cracks for added detail. And I was satisfied with how that looked. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it out now. So when I was in grade school, I had a classmate who, when we were like cutting something out for a craft, she was bragging about how her mom could cut a tiny piece, like a tiny picture of a cat out in one continuous motion with the scissors instead of making several cuts like little kids do. And I remember being really jealous that I couldn't do that. So every time I cut something out of paper and like do it in one continuous motion, I think about that girl bragging about her mom being able to do that and how that was such a weird thing to brag about. But it's just one of those things that sticks with you even though it's like super random. Okay, Mr. Skeleton is free. And we are done with the white paper now. And we can go ahead and grab the piece of black paper that I set off to the side and position Mr. Skeleton at the top and grab our Q-tips because we are going to get started. So again, for this craft you need 21 Q-tips. So let's count mine, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. All right. So we have all that we need. So we're going to need one whole one for the spine and then 6 half ones for the ribs. I originally set out 5, but later I realized that the extra Q-tip is for the ribs. And we're going to go ahead and cut those in half with our scissors, and it is surprisingly hard to cut these Q-tips in half, but once an indentation is made, you can kind of just break them apart. So you will see me doing that in the few seconds here that they just break apart. So what are you going to be for Halloween this year? I'm not sure what I want to be yet, but I am working on a Nurse Joy cosplay right now, so maybe I will also use that for Halloween, but I'll see how happy I am with how it turns out. Last year I was Velma from Scooby-Doo. The year before that I didn't dress up as anything for Halloween. The year before that I was Betty, and my boyfriend at the time was Jughead from the Archie comics, or Riverdale. And then before that, I think we were Bob and Linda Belcher from Bob's Burgers. And then somewhere in there, me and my friend were Mia Wallace and Vincent Vega from Pulp Fiction. When I was a kid, I also, of course, loved Halloween. And my favorite childhood costume has to be when I dressed up as Jack Sparrow from the Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay, so now we are setting up his legs. So you need 4 whole Q-tips for his legs and then another one to break in half for the feet. And I am just moving everything up a little bit to make room. So you really truly utilize the whole piece of paper for this craft. So moving everything up a smidge and then grabbing another Q-tip for the feet. What was your favorite childhood Halloween costume? I would love to know. Comment. Or just favorite thing you've dressed up as in general. It's always cool to see how creative people are. Again, struggling to break these Q-tips in half. And then our friend has 2 little feet. So now we're going to work on his arms. So you need, just like the legs, you need 4 whole Q-tips for that. And then we're going to need 5 other Q-tips. I wanted to say coupons for some reason. Q-tips for the hands. So you just kind of bend them to fit into the frame. And you could do a different pose if you wanted, but the example I saw had him posed like this, so I just imitated that. When I was a kid and we had Halloween parties, I think I liked both the Halloween party and the Christmas party pretty equally, but as I've gotten older, I much prefer Halloween over Christmas or really any other holiday, mainly because you get to dress up. I really enjoy that, so that, you know, in a costume, because you can get dressed up for other holidays, but not in the same way, so yeah. But I did used to work at a nursing home, and we did dress up for Christmas as elves to do like a cookie party for the residents, so that was fun. But mainly you only get to dress up in a costume for Halloween. So we're going to work on Mr. Skeleton's hands now, and I'm trying to cut the fingers down to be shorter, but it was surprisingly difficult to break off the little ends, so I eventually just gave up on doing that and just set out the hands with the halves. And I think it works just the same. It gets the point across. So continue to have your coupons. I just want to keep saying coupons. Continue to have your Q-tips and arrange them for Mr. Skeleton's hands. So I think that this is a really cute craft, and it is also very simple. You know, it doesn't take much supplies, but you know, it's fun and easy and yields a pretty adorable image. So I hope that if you have little kids, or if you just want to do this yourself, that you get to, because I actually had a lot of fun making it for this video. And continue to cut. And snap. And we have one hand, and I'll show you my hand. Okay, so now we're going to work on the skeleton's other hand. So just like the other one, go ahead and continue to have those Q-tips. You know, it's pretty straightforward once you get started. Lots of repetition. Oh, another memory that sticks out to me about like a holiday party, I think it was a Christmas party, maybe, but like in 3rd grade, I remember there was this game that we had at a holiday party where there was like the parents that were helping out were holding up a stick that had strings with donuts on the end, and they would hold them up while 2 kids competed to eat the donuts off the string and see who could eat it faster, I guess for like another prize. I don't really remember. But I just think that's a very weird game. But it's kind of funny. But it was just those little cheap, like, donuts in a bag. I forget what those are called. But here I am cutting up Mr. Skeleton's last rib that I realized that I missed earlier. So that's 6 ribs total. And ta-da! Here he is. Of course, next you will need to glue him down. but I decided not to film all of that. But you can see me getting started here by gluing down the head first and then working the way down the body. But yeah, this is pretty much the end of the craft making. So I will see you guys later. Bye. Bye. Alrighty guys, here is the finished product, and his ribs are falling off. I learned halfway through that it's better to put the glue directly on the Q-tip instead of on the paper. So if you actually do this craft by yourself or with your kids or something, definitely put the glue on the Q-tip. But here he is. Comment below if you have a name idea for him. Alright, thank you so much for joining me for ASMR art class today. I hope you had fun or are asleep right now. Alright,